everybody, and welcome to another episode of Ready, Set, Replay, the ultimate video game replay podcast. I'm Daniel, joined as always by my best friend, Skylar.
Wololo.
This week, we're talking about, could you guess, Age of Empires 2, specifically Age of Empires 2, The Conquerors, because that is the expansion that was brought to us in the year of our Lord 2000. And it is the version of the game that I played as a kid, which is why I wanted to talk about it a lot. So you'll have to forgive us if it is slightly out of place, maybe chronologically, but like, you know, it counts. It counts. Shut up. It's my show. It's our show. But Skylar, of course, before we talk about Age of Empires 2, The Conquerors, we have to go back.
Oh man, we're going back for a game that's about going back to history.
So, yeah, we keep doing that. The last one was about time travel too. We're crazy. Anyway, we gotta go. Whoa. Skylar, it's August 25th of the year 2000. That's right. It is 10 days after Chrono Cross graced our American shores.
What's different now?
Not a ton. Some things, not a ton. On the 16th, Lighthouse released Hangin' by a Moment. Sorry, Lifehouse, the band Lifehouse.
I like Lifehouse.
I like them.
It's a good song.
They are such a vibe. Like you listen to a Lifehouse song and you're like, I'm at the pool and it's 2004.
Oh man.
Yeah. Or I'm watching season 1 of Smallville.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of Lifehouse in Smallville.
We'll get to that someday.
Any day now, really. Also on the 16th, back in the news, Eminem has divorced his wife Kim.
Darn.
First he was fighting with his mom. Actually, he's still fighting with his mom at this point, and now he's getting divorced. It was a bad year for Eminem. I mean, he put out some really good music, but it was a bad year for him.
He'll always put out good music. But yeah, he's not. His personal life is a struggle.
And in the Billboard, not a lot has changed, except that, I'm sorry, but Miss Jackson has moved to number 1. Doesn't really matter. By Janet has jumped all the way up to the top of the charts for whatever reason. I don't need a specification for why Janet Jackson's at the top of the charts personally. The rest of the list is the same, but just down 1 from last week. Number 2, Incomplete by Cisco. Number 3, Bent by Matchbox 20. Number 4, Jumpin' Destiny's Child. And number 5, actually this one is different, I Want to Know by Joe, but it's one we've heard before. It's just like risen back up for seemingly no reason. They do that, and I don't know why.
Right.
In the world of movies and TV, we had 2 really big things, and I'm going to need you to hear this one and then immediately forget it, because we're going to talk about this show at some point later on Rewatch.
Okay.
But the very first winner of Survivor was crowned. It is, of course...
Oh, no. I'm going to take my headphones off.
Our boy Richard Hatch.
All right, I legitimately didn't hear it.
Okay, good. Who would later go on to not pay... the taxes on his winnings and would therefore go to jail.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Now when we watch that, I'm gonna be like, who's gonna be cursed?
Who here seems the least likely to pay taxes? And you're gonna assume it's Rudy.
Well, they're all on an island, so we're already halfway there to not paying taxes.
Well-known Borneo is a tax shelter. On the 25th, a new film came out. One that is, I think, quite possibly some of the most 2000 shit. It's Bring It On, baby.
Oh, wow. You know what's funny? I mentioned last time we traveled back in time that I've got like a whole list of movies that I have specifically watched in the year 2000s so that we could talk about them here, and ones that I plan to catch. Bring It On. That missed the list. I didn't even put it on.
Damn.
Now I gotta watch Bring It On.
I think I've seen it before, like forever ago. I could not possibly remember literally anything about it at this point.
Kirsten Dunst is a cheerleader. That's all I got.
Yeah, I think I would get about that far. But I know it's a classic. I know people love this. You know what? I might watch it. I might go and watch it this weekend. I'll let you know. If I talk about it on Recap next week, you'll know I did. When I don't, you'll know I lied to you.
Okay.
Although this episode won't come out until after that, so it will seem weird.
Ooh.
But here we are.
A race to see who watches Bring It On first.
Yeah, it's not going to be me. The box office is, unsurprisingly, number 1 is Bring It On from Universal. And then number 2 is a movie called The Original Kings of Comedy, which was not on the list last week, but also was not one of the ones that I listed as having come out, so it must have been one that I just completely overlooked. I don't know what
Hmm.
it is.
It is a directed by Spike Lee, apparently. It's just a stand-up special with some heavy hitters, and I do mean heavy. We got Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, Bernie Mac, and DL Hewley, who
I
I will admit I'm not familiar with DL Hewley.
Well, he's one of the original kings of comedy. Didn't you know
I
that?
guess so. I
Wait, so
guess
is it
so.
just blue collar comedy special, but black guys?
But yeah, black guys, yeah, black
Uh,
comics,
all right, I'm for it. Let's go. Why not?
directed by Spike Lee. I didn't know that you needed a prolific director to direct a comedy special.
Yeah, that's weird. It's also weird to me that it would be in theaters, but I guess we didn't have streaming then.
Did
So
somebody big direct Eddie Murphy Raw?
I could
I'm
not
gonna look that up. I'm gonna look
possibly
that up
tell
right
you.
now. I don't know why I asked that out loud, like you were gonna have an answer.
um,
Robert Townsend directed Eddie Murphy Raw.
oh, from
That's
Silent
not it, but
Hill.
we're go nope, that's not right. But we're gonna go. What else?
Skylar, yesterday on the 24th, Nintendo, for the very first time ever, showed off the GameCube. But yeah, first look at the GameCube. Pretty exciting. At this point,
Ooh,
they were saying, I don't know. Well, I guess I don't know if they were saying it yet, but at this point, they were like, we're going to have wow, God, what did they call it? It was like the GameCube 4 or something. There was like a very specific like block of video games that were originally going to be exclusive to the GameCube, and then most of them did not come out and or were not exclusive. And one of those, Resident Evil 4.
oh yeah, they didn't stay exclusive at all.
I don't think it started exclusive, honestly. I mean, we'll get there. I don't remember off the top of my head. It hasn't
Well, that's a
happened yet.
good.
We're in the year 2000, so I couldn't possibly know what's going to happen in next year in
That's a
2001.
that's a good game though. I mean,
Real good. Spoilers, real good.
yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get there soon enough. But Skylar, that's all I got for you. It's only been 10 days. Why are you being so
Hmm.
greedy?
I'm sorry.
I you're accused. Skylar, Age of Empires 2, The Conquerors. I want to know two things. Number one,
Yeah,
of course,
yeah,
how do you feel about this? What are your top level thoughts? But also,
yeah, yeah,
are
yeah.
you an RTS guy? I feel like I've
Ooh.
never in my life heard of you even playing an RTS.
Oh.
Oh wait, no.
Am
Other than Halo
oh.
Wars.
Yeah, damn it.
Got his ass. Got his ass.
We were this close. We were this close. Am I an RTS guy? No. I can't say that I am because I don't have the background to back it up. Um,
It's fair.
but will I get into an RTS? Will I fuck around? Absolutely. I think RTSs are fun. I'm not, you know, super well versed. I don't have the badges of honor to say that I've put hours into Total War or Age of Empires or give me another one. What's another one?
I mean, really, those are like the best ones. But also, there's like Dawn of War.
Hmm.
There's Company of Heroes.
Hmm.
There's,
Hmm.
I mean, there's a ton, really. There's
Is
that
that
Star Wars one that I always forget the name of. I think it's Galaxy at
ooh,
War.
okay.
There was Battle for Middle Earth, the Lord of the Rings ones. Those ones
Okay,
were
yeah,
actually
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
good.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Although I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know if they're playable right now.
So would I fuck around in an RTS that is Star Wars armies? Absolutely. Warhammer armies? Absolutely. Lord of the Rings armies? Absolutely.
Yo,
Game of Thrones armies? That one's coming. You said it might be bad?
I think
I
it's
don't
probably
know.
gonna be bad.
But still absolutely.
Yeah,
But
hell yeah.
have I? No.
Okay,
The only one
you're like
that
I
I've
would definitely do that someday,
yeah, 100%. The
and that's
only
fine.
one that I can say with a little oomph in my chest that I have put hours into is Halo Wars. Um, because I was slightly late to getting my first 360. I bought it at a pawn shop, and the first two games that I got were Halo 3 and Halo Wars. And I don't even think I knew what Halo Wars was when I bought it, but
you were
I played it a lot.
you were like Halo. That's the Xbox one. I'm gonna get
Sure.
them both.
Sure, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
ODST
absolutely.
either didn't exist or wasn't there yet.
It didn't exist yet, but then it came out and it was the shit. But that's years later.
We'll get there.
Um, but yeah, so this one obviously is an RTS based on historical times,
Mm-hmm.
and it was fun. It was It's exactly what you'd expect. Would I have more fun with like fictional armies that I've listed all of them basically?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. But
Ah. Yeah.
I think, I'm a 30-year-old man. I think history's cool. So
Right. I've been told that we think about the Roman Empire like all the fucking time. And
we kind of do. Yeah.
I mean, I don't. One of us had to. Statistically, it had to be one of us, and it's not me.
Well, maybe I think about Caesar's Legion, and that's a little different.
Yeah, I don't know if that counts.
It's close enough.
I'll give it to you, but I don't know.
Ain't no one can stop us. We're in the year 2000. They can't find us here.
True. They'll never find time travelers in the year 2000. No one would intentionally go back to Y2K, the
Why would
perfect
anyone come
crime.
here? Why no, why would anyone come to the year 2000?
Yeah, what?
WCW is terrible.
Why would anyone not want to be in 2026? It's a great year.
Oh, well, if we're comparing. Wait a minute.
A lot of good stuff happening right now.
Mm.
uh, so yeah. So this is, of course, this is, I think, like the quintessential RTS. Like if you think of like what is an RTS, you're thinking of not even Age of Empires, you're thinking specifically of Age of Empires 2. I think most people in the RTS space would say that. It is like the one that sort of put the genre on the map. Does that mean it holds up super great? Honestly, not really. Like there's some aspects of it where it's like, man, hey, this was 26 years ago. But this is, I guess I should say, this is a game coming to us from Ensemble Studios, published by Microsoft. It, like you said, it's broken up into a series of campaigns focused around specific historical characters like William Wallace, although that one's just a tutorial.
Yeah.
Joan of Arc, Montezuma, all kinds of people like that. And you sort of play through the story of the most exciting part, I guess, of their lives. To, I would say, variant levels of success and or historical accuracy, but it is what it is. Let me read you what it said on the back of the box. I think it's kind of funny.
Please do.
The first line says, Rome has fallen and the world is up for grabs. Experience real-time evolution as you build your civilization into a flourishing empire. From the Dark Age to the Imperial Age, decide whether to conquer the world through military might, commerce and diplomacy, or intrigue and regicide. There are many
That
paths to power, but only one will reign supreme. And I want to say,
that's
I don't know, parts of that I don't think are true.
that's kind of a lie. You just kind of have to fight everything anyways.
There's other ways you can win. Like the diplomacy one, you can do that because you can win through building a wonder and just having it like a timer go down before somebody
All
blows it up.
right.
So you can win
True.
that way. You can
Okay.
win through like relics and stuff and win like a quote unquote religious victory. Those are all things. No one ever does them, but you could win those ways.
No, yeah.
There's parts of certain campaigns where it becomes a threat, but if you're playing like
Yeah.
online, it's not going to happen. So the reason that they started with Rome has fallen is because I'm pretty sure I'm right on this. Correct me if I'm wrong, internet. Age of Empires 1, the expansion for that was Rome. It was like
Okay.
Roman themed. And so this being the
Yeah.
next one, they're like, Rome has fallen. And so it's like all this shit that happened like after the collapse of the sort of quintessential Roman Empire. Obviously,
Hmm.
some of the earlier ones, like Attila, you're still going up against Rome. But it's
Hmm.
like the Eastern Roman Empire and the Western Roman Empire. So it's like different, I guess. Which does make it really funny that, and this was going to be one of the trivia ones, but I'll just throw it out here now. Does make it really funny that Rome at this time in the year 2000, not a faction in the game. Like there was not a Roman culture. You could not play as Rome. There weren't Roman soldiers. There wasn't like
Right.
legionaries or anything like that. Was not in the game. And so when you're playing like Barbarossa or Attila or the campaigns where you go up against Rome, it would just be like
Yeah.
it would just say Rome and then it would be like the Goths or the Franks or whatever.
Sure.
You'd be like, okay, yeah, they're white dudes, I guess, sure. But yeah, this was a game that I played a ton as a kid, a ton as a kid. So I am gonna have to separate a certain amount of like inherent bias from this, and I hopefully I'll do a good job of that.
Hmm.
Um, but this was truly like one of the first video games I owned. Um, I bought the gold edition like before I even had a console. Like it was this, it was Zoo Tycoon Complete Collection, it was Star Wars Jedi Academy, and that's like kind of it. I guess like maybe the putt putt games were in there, or like that sort of thing. Like some of the like really small ones, like we had an Oregon Trail game. This was in like that group of games where it was like one of truly the first video games that I played. So I have a lot of fondness for this game. What I
Yeah.
will say, and what I know you agree with,
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember it being as hard as it is. there, there are, and maybe I'm old, or maybe I just haven't played this style of RTS in a
Hmm.
while.
Right.
Um, but man, some of these campaign missions in particular, it's like, hey, you got to take out this castle, and you're like, okay, cool. Um, but what they don't tell you is you're just going to be like constantly hounded like every 4 seconds by some longbowman or like some cavalry guy, and it's only going to be like one guy, but it's going to be one guy every 10 seconds. Uh, and that can get so rough in some of these ones.
All
And
right.
and
We've reached the point of
yeah,
the episode
yeah,
where I talk about I already said, hey, this game's fun.
yeah.
Now I'm gonna talk about how fucking bullshit this game is.
I know specifically which one you're talking about because you did already break this to me in the group chat.
Yeah,
Um,
the 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 Joan of Arc campaign was the
right.
second one I started doing. I started with the William Wallace, which, as you said, is just the
It's a
tutorial. I think that's
tutorial.
kind of funny that they don't have a dedicated tutorial, and then you can also just play a campaign as the William Wallace thing because that would be cool. No,
Yeah.
that is just a tutorial.
Well, you know what the even more fucked up part about that is that
Huh?
way later, and we'll talk about this later, but this game is still getting updates. Way
Yeah.
later, they added a campaign for Edward Longshanks, who's the villain of the William
Yeah.
Wallace campaign.
Oh, oh.
Fucking Longshanks got his own shit, but Wallace, no, he gets
No, he's just a
like
tutorial.
one real scenario at the end of a
Well,
tutorial.
you know what's good about that at least. Um, it being the tutorial means that it's the only campaign that I actually finished in time for this recording.
Okay, all right.
I've already said I'm not super deep in the trenches with RTSs. I think they're fun. I think they're cool, but I'm not in it to fucking win it. And
In it to win it, baby.
we needed to have a quick turnaround between replays, so I sampled everything the best I could. I've already said my piece. The Joan of Arc one, the first two missions of that campaign are get Joan from point A to point B. Don't let her die. Gotcha. Easy. Wonderful. The third one is we're gonna prop you in the middle of this map. Well, really the edge of this map, but the
Yeah.
only place to like make a good like base on the map is kind of like towards the lower middle. And there's like 4 to 5 other factions all around you, and you've got about the budget to get you a ham sandwich, and you gotta get them, go get them,
Get the ass.
and they're going to like fucking buzzing gnats just send like 1 to 2 to 3 guys to maybe a battering ram
Yeah,
just to
just
fuck your shit
constantly.
up every 45 seconds. You do not get to breathe, to the
Yeah.
point that I was like, I looked it up and I'm like, am I stupid? Yes. But am I stupid, or is this really fucking hard? And I found like I don't remember if it was a Reddit or like a post on Steam or something.
Sure.
Someone asked basically the same question: am I stupid, or is this really fucking hard? To which, asking a question on the internet,
Yeah, you shouldn't ask that.
they're gonna tear you
They're
apart.
always gonna call you stupid every
And
time.
one of the fucking replies was this guy being like, I don't understand why people say this is fucking hard. This is easy. Even a fucking baby, my dog could beat this game. I'm like, dude,
My dog could
who
beat this
asked who
game.
asked you to be an asshole?
I'm
This
sorry,
guy
my
was just
my
asking
my
for.
brother was playing and the controller wasn't plugged in and I'm dead.
So buddy that asked the question, if you're out there, I see you. Okay, we're kin. I understand you.
Did you ever
Um,
see that clip where they like lose a match on some game and the guy's like, "Hey man, I'm really sorry. I was playing with my balls."
that was my problem here. That's what I shouldn't have been doing.
I don't know why that just came to mind.
Um, but anyways, it was about that point that I was like, all right, maybe I'm not gonna finish all these campaigns, but I will do a little sampler platter of
Yeah. Well, and to
all
be
these
fair,
armies.
we had already immediately limited it to the ones that existed at the time of the Conquerors because
Yes.
after this, I mean, a long time after the like Conquerors is where this game stops for like 13 years. And then in 2013, the HD version comes out, and then they add a bunch of expansions on that. And then in 2019, the definitive edition,
Hmm.
which is the version we played, comes out, and they added even more expansions. And now there's like 40 something campaigns. At the time of the Conquerors, there's 8. So there's so like, and they've added some crazy shit. There's like a Dracula one. There's a fucking El Dorado one, and like I know
Yeah.
that Vlad Dracula like kind of a real guy. Like it's not they didn't add like
Kind of.
he's not it means Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah, yeah.
So but like crazy shit. Like they added all of the Three Kingdoms factions and like all kinds of shit.
Yeah, but the
So
list you
we
sent
didn't
me,
fuck with that because we were like that's too much. Like one of the like you said one of the reasons we were specifically playing it was like because we knew it would be a faster turnaround. If we did all 40
yeah.
campaigns, we're playing this for a month. Like it's a lot.
Yeah, it was just William Wallace, Joan of Arc, Saladin, Genghis Khan, Barbarossa, Attila the Hun, El Cid, and Montezuma. And by pure fucking coincidence, and I don't even know why this was the case,
Yeah.
the one I didn't touch was Attila the Hun, and you were like, "Oh, that's the best one." I was like, "Damn it!"
That is unfortunately that is like since the time I was a kid that is my favorite of these campaigns.
Well, you win some, you lose some.
Play it after this and then put out a
All
blue
right,
sky.
sure, sure, sure. Yeah, I don't really know how much can be said about the gameplay other than
It's yeah,
it's very fast paced in the sense that um
it
it's that RTS thing, right? Where
yeah.
to win this game, I need to have a bunch of units, upgrade my units, and make sure that I'm like well versed in different kinds of units, and then go strategically attack this person, then this person, then you win.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's a
uh
lot of spinning plates.
the
RTSs in general, but I would
yeah,
say old RTSs especially. I think
this
newer
one
RTSs slow the pace down a little bit.
This one adds the. I mean, I'm not gonna say adds because, like you said, it's the quintessential, and I haven't played
It's
many, so I don't know if I can.
it's
But it has the whole aspect of you also need your villagers to, farm your resources, get your wood, get your
yeah,
gold, get your food,
that's pretty
etc.
standard. I mean, obviously in different games it's different things. Like in God, what the fuck is that one called? Red Alert, Command and Conquer. Yeah, Command and Conquer.
Which
You're,
I
co-
believe
you
we're getting to one of those later.
yeah, you're collecting like Tiberium or some shit. Like you're in a sci-fi world, right? But there's always going to be
Oh,
some kind of resource in these kind of games. It,
yeah, you need your
I,
currency to buy your units.
yeah,
To compare it
yeah,
to one fucking thing that I can confidently compare it to in Halo Wars, you just
sure.
have in your base a set building that specifically gets. It's
Supplies
called
dropped off.
resources, yeah,
Yeah,
supplies. It doesn't need to factor in like meat versus gold versus wood, which it's neat in this. It's cool. It just makes it
yeah,
the extra more frustrating when you're just trying to get all your resources, and then you could just only assume that the enemy faction already has fucking everything because they keep sending everything at you.
and they do,
So,
and they do. A lot of the factions, it does feel like they kind of cheat a little bit,
mhm,
but at least in campaign, because they start out with a bunch of shit usually. The trade off of that is that a lot of the time the AI is like too stupid to rebuild. So if you're like, I am so fucking sick of these catapults, you can just send a bunch of knights or whatever over to the side of the map that the catapults are coming from and
mhm,
destroy their
mhm,
siege workshop, and you're probably
mhm.
not going to see them again.
See, that's interesting that you say that because in the specific Joan of Arc mission that I was complaining about,
Right?
um, he kept one of the fucking enemy factions kept rebuilding their siege workshop, and I know this
Yeah.
because they kept rebuilding it next to my base.
Yeah, they do a little bit of that. I think
To the point
specifically in that
to the
one.
point where it was blending in and I kept missing it because I thought it was fucking mine.
How did you not like see them building it? It
I
doesn't
I
just
don't know.
it takes a
I
minute.
was looking at other. Sometimes I would catch it. It would just pop up and I'd see the little
The
fucking
little
yellow
guy
guy and I'd be
hammering
like,
on it.
"Hey, get out of here."
Yeah, yeah.
But then it does the great thing where you send like all your little foot soldiers to get one guy, and he starts to run away, and they can't catch him because I guess I didn't have any archers, so all my like swordsmen just like run half a mile and still can't catch him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's just there's a lot of this where for me it's like and I don't want to be like that guy or whatever. But it's like I've been playing this since I was a fucking toddler.
Yeah.
So there are aspects of that where I'm like, oh yeah, well you just got to have like knights or whatever. But it's like you've never played one of these before, and the game doesn't really do a great job of like there's the whole tutorial section, but it doesn't do a great job of explaining like, hey, so this is how this game is gonna fuck you. Like
Mm-hmm.
like it doesn't do a great job of like
Mm-hmm.
so it teaches you how to move units and how to gather resources. What it doesn't teach you is like okay, so this is you need to build these two units because like you just build the spear guys because they don't take gold and you can make a fuckload of them because there's always food and there's always wood. Just build a
Yeah.
fuckload of them and have them kill everything that comes into your base. Like it doesn't tell you that. That's just something that you learn from like playing it forever.
Mm-hmm.
Um so I totally get that. And I think our two perspectives on it are good to have because I think your perspective of like some of this is just bullshit is correct, but I
Yeah.
would never have known that
I'll
because I
stand
don't
by it.
remember back when it was for me.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Because because I got to that mission and I hadn't played the Joan of Arc one yet. I had jumped and I did Attila first because I love that one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so when I got to three, because you said it by number, I was like, there was a part of me where I was like, oh, I remember this one, but I was like, what's fucked up about this one? And then the thing that you said was and I don't think this is even the worst mission for the thing of like just constantly getting like
No,
1-2 guys coming at you.
no, I'm sure it's not.
Actually, I would say the worst one is the last one of the Joan of Arc campaign, which
Yeah,
goes
see, I didn't get.
fucking
I gave up
crazy.
before I got there. I gave up before I got there.
Um, but I kept seeing that happen and I was like okay so I built a wall and I put some towers and it like most of the guys just like bounce off the wall and fuck off or they'll get killed by the towers pretty fast and I was like yeah Sky might have just like not known to do that because the tutorial doesn't really like it teaches you how to build walls but it's not like hey you should
Yeah,
just basically always have a wall like it doesn't teach you that
yeah, yeah, yeah.
um and so I was like that must be what it is like that like because at first I was like, oh, did he not know that you can build a town center? Because the town center button's like down on the bottom corner, like it's harder to find, it's hard to see in the list of like things you can build. And I was like, was he playing the whole fucking mission with just 4 villagers? Is that what was happening?
No, 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 no.
Um,
I was building the town center. I will say that the way to the difference in how you get certain menus to pop up is fucking insane. Especially
some of
since
it's not good.
here's something we should also talk about. You played on PC.
And
I played on
I
console.
will say, so when Definitive Edition came out, or shortly after, I think it was when Age of Empires 4 came out, I
Mm,
played Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition and 4 on my Xbox. I
hmm
think the game is harder on Xbox.
Oh yeah,
I think it is. It's
especially being new to do it, the whole interface system, and having to remember like I have to build a barracks. How the fuck do I do that? Oh yeah, I have to click a fucking villager and tell him to build it
yeah.
versus like I need to build this other thing. And then like you also have to remember to like you click and then you have to press Y to get your like economic versus like war stuff
Yeah, it's like
is
military
separated.
buildings, economic buildings.
Hmm
Because they view it
Um
as like two different parts of the game that you're supposed to be like bouncing back and forth between.
sure, I
But
get it.
they're
That
intrinsically tied together.
that wasn't so bad. It was just always annoying. Like, oh man, I really need to build a siege thing, and you have to just find a villager that's working on something and tell them to fucking stop and go
Yeah.
build it.
And there's so many other things about like even UI aside, there's so many like little fuckeries about the game that
Hmm
truly I don't even remember if these existed in the original version of the game. I guess they must have. But things like, oh, if you build a watchtower right up against a wall, some units can just hit the like sometimes through a weird glitch The rams can just hit your tower through the wall. So you have to set it back one square so it can't do that.
Mm.
Or like the game never tells you, hey, castles are really, really good until people get right up next to it, and then they can't shoot guys that are directly next to them. You until you research the murder holes, then they can. Like there's a lot of things like that where it's like if you're not like really paying attention, really reading like all of the different upgrades, there's a lot of it where it's like I can imagine why it would be like really difficult to figure out what the fuck you're supposed to be doing or like what how to use these things to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Where it's like or like the like even certain units like the onagers or whatever the catapults. I don't think the game warns you like, hey, just so you know, these units will also fuck up your guys.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up.
These
No,
catapults will
the game,
kill your dudes.
to my knowledge, the game didn't warn me about that, and they did kill my dudes
Yeah,
a lot.
which is why I since birth basically I have never built the onagers because I think they suck shit. Fuck those catapults. I'm going rams. I'm going trebuchets. That is my siege equipment. I'm not fucking with the towers because when the fuck are you using towers? I hate the catapults. Scorpions can be good, but I'm probably not building them.
And the trebuchets are like hidden in a separate menu than all the other siege stuff.
They're in yeah because they're in the
in
castles.
the castle.
Yeah,
So you have to remember that too.
yeah.
It was a lot of balancing things, trying to remember. I can't remember shit. I don't remember what I ate for lunch today, dude. You gotta all these throwing these.
It's a lot.
When
It really is.
I'm the kind of person that when you try to explain to me how to play a card game, I'm like, you got to stop talking and just play. And then I'll see. I will lose this first game, and then we'll see. And then that was basically my experience with this.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm sure that that's a very normal thing. Honestly, like that was probably how it was when I was a kid too, but I was using the cheat codes as a kid. I'm sure of it. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Um
yeah, for sure. There of which
so
there's a lot. I didn't fuck around with cheat codes a lot here.
yeah, I might now,
I did
but
look up a list,
there's
and there's some interesting ones.
yeah, there's all your classic ones of like just give me resources, but then there's a lot of really fun ones where it's like summon a specific unit.
Uh-huh.
One of which is just a car with machine guns.
Nice,
It's a convertible like James Bond style car with two machine guns that just shoot shit.
nice.
It's really good. I remember specifically as a kid just typing that in like 10 times and just having a fleet of cars going around and just terrorizing the Huns.
Yeah, I think for these older, specifically like PC games,
Yeah,
like the wacky type in some in joke that the developers had and get a crazy thing. That's part of the game. That's part of the fun,
for sure.
and so that's
Look,
important to know.
when we were kids, we were all using it. If you're a kid who is gonna pretend that you didn't, leave a comment about it, and I'll write back, no, you didn't, because we were all cheating back in the day. The cheat codes there were when we went to the Scholastic Book Fair. There were books in that bitch that was like, here are the cheat codes for this game. Here's how you put on big head mode for some fucking reason. Here's how you get infinite ammo. Here's that, right?
People love big head mode.
We I don't know why cheat codes went away and now everyone's like, oh, but the sanctity of the difficulty of the game. It's like, go fuck yourself. I'm here to play a game. Like, I'm here to have fun. And I understand obviously you can't use those in like the competitive aspect, of which, by the way, didn't know this until like last year. The competitive scene for Age of Empires 2 still very much alive, very active. There's this guy called Hera who's won like a lot. If you go on Twitter and type in how do I, or not on Twitter, on YouTube and type in like how do I do this thing, he's probably got a video about it. And he's the guy. He knows.
Wow,
Um,
wow.
like there's a whole esports world for this video game in a way that I would never have expected was the case. I would say, why this one? Why not 4? Why not? I mean, I know why not 3. People don't like 3. I like 3, but like, why this one? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But yeah, I guess while we're in sort of the negatives of the game, let me throw out a couple of the ones that I've always had. Um,
Okay.
I there's a lot of factions in this game at the time that we're playing it in the year 2000, as it is right now. There were like 19. I didn't write down the number, but it was in the original game. It was Britons, Celts, Franks, Goths, Teutons, Vikings, Byzantines, Persians, Saracens, Turks, Chinese, Japanese, Mongols, And then conquerors added Aztecs, Huns, Koreans, Mayans, Spanish. Not that that matters, but there were a lot. Is basically my
Hmm.
point. Is there was a decent amount. That was a
Hmm.
fuckload, but there used to even back then there was a lot. It is disappointing to me that all of these factions have mostly the same units, and then they'll have like a
Yes.
handful of unique ones.
Yes.
I looked this up in Age of Empires 1, which I never played. Um, there was no unique units. And I was like, then what's the point? Like, why are we bothering? Why? Well, who cares?
Seriously.
I think it's weird that I'm playing the Attila the Hun campaign, and yeah, I'm making horse archers, and other people don't get horse archers. Well, maybe Genghis Khan, but like, the Mongols. You're not playing a French campaign with horse archers, I don't think, unless I completely just didn't see the button.
I think there are horse archers for
Shit,
all of them.
fuck, shit,
Um,
fuck.
yeah.
I know they have like the one unique unit in the castle every faction.
Yeah, that is true.
The Celts have
There's
the was it the Woad Raiders or whatever, the Woad
yeah,
Warriors.
World Raiders.
The
Britons have longbowmen.
yeah, the Mongolian or the Huns rather have the Tarkans, which are just cavalry guys with torches that like fuck up buildings real good because they're raiders.
J Japanese have samurai.
Sure, right. I actually didn't play the Japanese because they'd like never show up in any of the campaigns. But whatever. It's so disappointing to me. I mean, some of it looks different, right? Like they do
Yeah.
to some extent. The
There,
buildings look different depending
there's
on like
aesthetic
regions.
slight aesthetic changes to the
To the
buildings. I mean,
buildings.
every building, like the way that they make the barracks or the archery thing or the stable, like you could tell, like, oh, okay, immediately by looking at it, they're all designed the same. I can tell that's a barracks, but like the roofs are a little different. But yeah, my biggest takeaway, especially like, all right, that's what the Celts were like or whatever. Let's go to the next one. Oh, it's the
It's
same.
the same soldiers, right?
And
I
I found that very kind of upsetting.
I'm not a fan of it. I'm really not. Like a lot of modern games that I play, I'm a big Total War guy now. I think I've pretty well moved from Age of Empires to Total War. I think I just like the pace of that better,
Hmm.
or the scale even. And in those ones, like for the most part, everyone has unique units. They're the same dudes. Like it's you've got a light swordsman and a heavy swordsman and a spearman and a heavy spear. Like it's the same. They fill the same roles, but they're skinned different, and that's all I need. Like I don't
Yeah,
need them to be like mechanically wildly different. I don't need that, right? I
yeah.
understand that like a goth baddie. Sorry, I
Oh,
understand that like
yes, yes, please. I'll have what he's having.
I understand that like a goth axeman or spearman or whatever, and a I don't know, like a Viking spearman or whatever. Like they're geographically they're not a million miles away. They're probably gonna look a lot the same. But just like give me some level of like, oh, these ones are wearing furs because they're Vikings or whatever. Like give me something, right?
Hmm.
Don't have me playing as Attila the Hun and having me destroying Rome with what is clearly an army of English knights. Like it just doesn't feel right. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It I don't know. And it was it doesn't bother me as much as maybe I'm making it sound like probably because I've been playing it forever, but it's like there isn't so much of it where I'm like, man, like this just doesn't this wouldn't be okay today. Like if you put out
it's
a new game
yeah,
today where it's like here's all these different factions and they all have like one or two unique units, that's not doing it. Like that's
it
just
just
not.
it just makes it not really worth it to go out of your way to be like, okay, now I'm going to play this army. It's just like there's really no difference. I mean, in the campaigns, at least there's the story of like we're going through and here's the enemy that they're fighting and this historical moment,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
if you're just doing a skirmish or some sort of exhibition, just like, oh, now I'm going to play as this guy. Well, there's really no difference.
Right. And there are some factions that are more different, like the Montezuma, the Aztec faction has a lot of
Yeah,
unique warriors. Like you get
yeah.
the Jaguar warriors and the Eagle warriors. Like they have different guys. I think they have like slingers or what are the spear guys called? Where they're different. They're not called well, maybe they are called skirmishers, but they look different. They've got different skins, which is all I need. Um
The what are they called? The serrations? Is that how you say that?
so that yeah, I think so.
They have the camels. That's fun.
Camels are cool. Yeah, and we love that.
Yeah.
Um but I I think that among the obvious coolness upgrade is why once I had Age of Mythology, I really didn't go back to Age of Empires. I was like, am I going to play the one where I'm playing with English knights even when I'm the Japanese, or am I going to play
Yeah.
the one where I can be Greek and recruit Cyclopses? Like,
Yeah,
I,
mythology is gonna trump history every
hey,
time
dude,
because
I'm
we're big
10.
fucking
Like, what do
nerds.
you?
But
Which choice do you
yeah,
think
I
I'm
mean, I'm
taking?
I'm I'm, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and we're gonna get to Age of Mythology at some point. It's gonna be dope. I fucking love that game,
Mhm.
and I love this game too. I just don't think it's as good. Spoilers. Um, so that's always been a big disappointment for me. And I think really, I mean, I think we've pretty much covered all of the negatives that I have. I think the difficulty's a lot, but I don't remember that being a problem when I was a kid. The difficulty seems really unfair. I don't think they do a great job of teaching you like the actual mechanics that matter. I know
Right.
on the definitive edition on the Xbox version at least, there's the thing where you can like there's like presets for how your villagers work, and I remember not
Yes.
liking that. I don't know if it's actually bad. A lot of the reviews at
Okay.
the time were like, "This
Ah.
is great, we love this." I didn't fuck with it.
Here's the thing, right? I was basically stuck using that because it teaches you like you can just auto set. Here's basic, and they'll get a bunch of wood, a bunch of food, some gold, some stone, right? And then there's different ones for different whatever. But then there's also a more advanced way where you could like say, here's how much gold I want you to get, here's how much food I want you to get, right?
Sure.
Um, and then after the tutorial, I lost that. I didn't know how to get it back because the interface was so fucking.
Yeah.
I was stuck using the preset ones because I had no clue how to get the to make it myself, and I wanted to so
Yeah.
many times.
And I've seen a lot of people on the reviews for the definitive edition being like, "Oh, you know, this really simplifies it. This is great." But I remember playing with that and being like, I want to have the control over my units. I want to have the thing of like, hey, I don't have any stone near me right now. I need these four guys to go to the to like way the fuck over there and set up like a discreet little mining outpost to just get stone for me. And
Hmm.
I don't know how, if I remember right, the auto queue for that shit like didn't really do that. Like you would still have to go and for like
Yeah,
do that separately.
yeah, yes.
And it just didn't really work for me. I remember that kind of sucking. So I think on PC the game just works better, frankly.
I'm sure.
And I'm not a PC guy. Like, famously, I'm a PC hater in terms of playing games. The only
Yeah.
games for me where that's not the case are RTSs and MMOs. Those are the two games that I'm going to
Mhm.
choose to play on a PC 100% of the time.
And that seems appropriate to me.
Um, I did not think that this game worked particularly well on console. Um, I mean, I guess for the most part, like it's there, like it's playable. If that's the only way that you're gonna play it, it's better than not. But I do
Yeah.
think PC for this just gives you like better control over it. But also that's just what I'm used to. So maybe I'm fucking biased. I don't know, man.
No, I could definitely see how having certain access to PC would have made life a little bit easier. But I chose to install it for free, so I'm not going to complain.
Yeah. Well, you have Game Pass, right?
I do, and I could do it on the PC, but I
Okay.
just the X was it was right there,
It was right
man. I
there.
mean, come on, what are you going to tell me to get up? I'm not going to get up.
That's completely
Sit
fair.
at my desk. What am I working?
What am I at work? That's literally how I feel. I work at my computer, and when I get home, the last thing I want to do is sit down and play at my computer. But here we are. Okay, okay. On to the positives, right? For me at least.
Yeah,
I'm sure you have some. I don't know if you're going to agree with all of these.
we'll see.
I love when the campaigns get weird. I think, and Attila, I think that's why I like that one so much, is a lot of the things that you're doing in that have like different mechanics to it. It's not necessary. The Joan of Arc one, it is the second one, so I understand why you went straight into that one. I
Hmm.
think it is a classic, but I think it's also kind of a boring classic because it's like the Joan of Arc campaign is get Joan to the place, kill this castle, kill three castles, kill three town centers, uh run to the other side of Paris and then get a flag to a point. Like that's the whole campaign. That's all six.
Hmm.
And the fact that like so many of them are just kill the town center, kill the castle. It's very sort of boilerplate. I do like in that one that you get so many like hero characters. I think that's cool, and obviously the story of Joan of Arc is great. It's a really interesting story.
Hmm.
Um, we love we love a strong woman who's unfortunately not fireproof enough. But
Ooh, is
Until
that how it ends? Did they say, and she did it, and then they immediately burned her?
no, she dies between 5 and 6. So
Oh, okay.
she's dead in the sixth one, and then you're playing as the narrator of the campaign, taking what I've always assumed was her body, but I don't
Whoa.
think they officially say that. It's just like a cart with her with a French flag, and you have to get it to like the top of this hill and be like,
Oh, like your
"We're
favorite
claiming
game,
this."
Death
They're
Stranding.
like, "We have to." Yeah, my favorite. We have to. It's like kind of like a. I guess it's the French equivalent of that bit in One Piece where he's like, "You won't tear down this flag. This is the fucking Jolly Roger of Hero Luke or whatever." You know, it's that
Mhm.
fucking bit where
Yeah,
it's like, "We're
yeah.
French, goddamn it, and we're gonna hold out against the English longbowmen who, for some reason, have like incredibly good microing skills, even though it's the AI, and I don't know what the fuck that's about."
Hmm.
Um, that mission's really hard. That mission's like actually really hard for me. But the positive side of it, the ones that do get weirder, like Attila, like Montezuma, like Genghis Khan, those ones are so much more fun. Where it's like in Attila 1, there's a bit where it's like, hey, if you take out this base first, then you can free a guy who will go to one of the other factions, and then he'll be like, hey, Attila's cool, and then they'll join you to take out the third guy. So instead of having to kill them, now you've got a new ally. Like there's different little mechanics built in there, right?
Hmm.
Or like you know, instead of like it being the same thing over and over again, like I'm going to build a town center, I'm going to build up my army, and I'm going to build this one, I'm gonna build. It's like, hey, in Attila 2, we're going to go and we're going to raid all these towns, and that's how we'll get our resources. Then we can use those resources to then build a town center so we can go and do the thing to finish the level, right? Or like there's one where it's like you're raiding Constantinople, but you don't actually have to destroy Constantinople. You just have to do enough damage to the shit around it so that they give you money to go away. So you'll like take out a couple of docks and they're like, fuck off, here's 1,000 gold. I love that. Like that's so much more
Yeah,
fun than just like, oh, and it's another death match. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So I love those missions. I think those ones are so fun. And Attila, that's why I love Attila. That's why I love Montezuma, because I think a lot of those do a much better job with that than I mean, Joan of Arc is like the most straightforward one, and I think it's technically supposed to be one of the easier ones, but I think because it is so straightforward, it ends up
yeah.
feeling harder because it's
It
like if
it's
you aren't microing all of your shit, like doing all of your, your town building and your military stuff like equally well on both fronts, then it's really easy to get fucked. Like it's really easy to just fall behind and get fucked.
yeah, it's probably meant to be like tutorial plus, where William Wallace teaches you the basics of the game, and this one teaches you just by grinding how to actually win.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's just like here's the actual here's what most of the game is, and then the rest just gets it gives you like more fun objectives, I suppose.
absolutely. Yeah. And I do think a lot of the better campaigns do get added with the Conquerors expansion. I think the Conquerors expansion did a lot of really good stuff for this game because that's where Attila, Montezuma, and El Cid all come from the Conquerors, and I think those are genuinely three of the best campaigns in the game.
Hmm.
Granted, I haven't
Hmm.
played most of the new ones, like the 2019 and on ones. Haven't played most of those, so maybe those ones are good. I don't know, but I think those are like some of the best ones. And then you look at, I remember even as a kid being like, this Barbarossa campaign is fucking boring. And I played the first like 3 of it this time and I was like, I don't know if this is even worth my time. Like I'm not having fun with Barbarossa. Cuz who
Right.
gives a shit about Barbarossa? You know what I mean? Who's sitting in their
I don't
history
even,
class being like, you know who's a really exciting character? Barbarossa. Remember when he tried to restart the Holy Roman Empire? What a cool guy.
I think I skipped that one too. I don't think I did that one.
It's not a good one. It's just not.
I remember in the Saladin one, the first mission is like go recruit people for the army, and then everybody that you run into gives you busy work. Like go, what? I got so fucking mad at that one too because one of the little clans you find says like bring me 20 sheep, and then I would find sheep and send them their way, and they would just like I don't fucking despawn or get lost or something, and then I think I just ran out of sheep. I was like, what the hell happened? Where did
Oh
they go?
yeah. So sheep switch faction based on who's closest to them. So if somebody else like got near them between where you found them and where they were going, they would just switch to a
What
different faction.
fucking assholes took my sheep?
Yeah. Yeah. In Attila 1, there's a bit that's similar to that, but you do it with horses, and horses don't do that. So
Well, the horses are better than sheep. Put that on my fucking tombstone.
there's other places we can write things. We don't have to wait for you to die.
I have a really long tombstone.
Man, and okay, and from what I remember as a kid, the hardest part for sure was always the historical battles. I thought that shit was fucking impossible as a kid, without cheat codes,
Mm-hmm.
obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those were a fucking monster.
I got my shit rocked in the granted, it wasn't on the. Wait, was Japan part of the
Japan was one of the original ones,
original?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So then I played by the rules. Yeah, the I did the Japan one and I got my shit rocked for a bit.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Those ones are pretty hard, especially if you're completely new to the franchise and you're trying to figure out like what this shit means.
Hmm.
And then I didn't really do any skirmishes this time because it's like I don't know. For me, I'm kind of just like I know what this game is. Like I don't need. I think
Yeah,
it's good for you to have done it because
I which I did.
like that's how you see. That's the only part of the game in the campaign. You're never going from dark age to imperial age and like doing the whole build up and building your whole army. You're not doing that like
Right.
basically ever in the campaign. So I think it's good for you especially to see like the whole sort of trajectory of that. But for me, I was just like, I don't need that. Like I know what that is. I've been doing that
Hmm.
forever. Like I
Hmm.
know.
Hmm.
So I didn't fuck with that, but I do think it's fun. I remember. I mean, again, mostly I was playing this on Age of Mythology instead, but I remember distinctly like going in with a couple of friends and just fucking around on skirmishes for like an entire weekend.
It's fun stuff.
It was pretty good. Um, but yeah, so this is the I wrote down this is the track record for all of the expansions and shit for this game. So Age of Kings, the base game, comes out in 1999. The Conquerors comes out August 25th, 2000. That's why we're here.
Hmm.
Then nothing happens for 13 years until The Forgotten comes out. The Forgotten, I think, is ones that they like wanted to do but just never got around to. But that's the first expansion for the HD version that comes out in 2013. Then they do African Kingdoms in 2015, Rise of the Rajas in 2016, Last Cons in 2019, which is also when the definitive edition comes out, the version we played. 2021, Lords of the West and Dawn of the Dukes. 2022, Dynasties of India. 2023, Return of Rome slash the Mountain Royals. 2024, Victors and Vanquished and Chronicles Battle for Greece. 2025, The Three Kingdoms slash Chronicles Alexander the Great. 2026, The Last Chieftains. This game has gotten like frankly like an expansion for this game came out this year. Like
This was
2026. This is
this was all
still
stuff
getting support
specifically for Age of Empires 2.
for Age of Empires 2. I mean definitive
Hmm.
edition which came out in 2019, but like it's
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. That's how just like the support for this game over the years has been frankly unheard of. There are so few games that like continue to get new shit. And honestly, weirdly, Age of Mythology has recently ish started getting the same treatment, which I'm for. They've announced like
Hmm.
3 new expansions for that shit over the last couple of years. And I'm like, why now? But okay. But yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much the whole thing. Well, can I ask you if you're playing around in
Yeah,
skirmishes?
yeah.
I know they're all pretty much the same. Was there a faction or a campaign or anything like that that you like particularly attached to, where you were like, "Oh, this is cooler. Like I appreciate this." Is there anything like that for you?
Um,
Where you're like, "This is my guy." It's okay if the answer is no.
no, I'm trying to think. I mean, really, once I saw like, they're mostly the same, I kind of that little spark in me died.
Fair.
I'm gonna have to say, like, you put a gun to my head right now and say, pick your favorite. I'm gonna go with the camels because they had camels.
They are kind of cool. I'll be honest. The Saladin campaign's like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So it's not my favorite, obviously, but it's pretty
No.
good.
Yeah.
And then I apparently there's a fuckload new ones from that region, but I haven't played any of them. So obviously,
Naturally, because of I feel like everyone, or maybe just people with European heritage, would be like, I'm gonna go to my heritage, and then but the Britons are always the bad guys, and it's just like, oh, okay.
Oh,
So
right,
I don't want.
and you're like English, right?
Yeah, it's
Uh,
all right.
I do like the Celts. As a Scottish man,
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
I don't know that they're my favorite faction, but they'd be up there. I appreciate them. I do wish the William Wallace campaign got more to do, like you said, but
Hmm.
it is what it is, unfortunately. Are you ready for some trivia?
Yes.
I
Okay,
already
yes.
said this one. In the Joan of Arc campaign, the narrator is it's the only one that becomes playable. He's playable at the in the final level. His name is Guy Jocelyn, and he's the guy who
That's like how
takes.
that's like how 300 ends.
Oh yeah.
When Leonidas gets spoilers for 300,
Oh
piece
fuck
of
it.
shit.
Well, it's not out yet. We're in
When
the year 2000, so
oh, that's true. When Leonidas gets killed, then fucking Faramir, who loses an eye and goes home, he like leads the army back, and then that's what the
did you say
sequel
Faramir?
Yeah, it's the same actor.
Oh, I thought you meant the character was called that. I was like, what?
No,
There's no
no, no,
way.
no, no. I can't fucking remember what that character's name is,
That's
but
fair. Who
it's
cares?
that's what I think he's in the sequel too. But that movie sucks so much ass. I also don't really like the first 300 either, but that's not.
And that's totally fine. And that's
I
totally
don't need to
fair.
throw shade at 300 in this video. That's where someone's
Yeah.
gonna find this and get really offended.
Joan of Arc also is, I believe, based on what I was reading in the trivia, the only campaign character who does not speak. She has little barks, but they're just reused lines from other stuff. Everyone else has like their own shit. Like even William Wallace, who's only in one level.
Yeah, am I crazy or some of the noises being made? It's like Simlish,
No,
or
it's
is
just
it was it all in actual languages that
it's all in the
I don't know?
languages. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
all right, that
depending
would
on which faction you're playing. The barks are in, for the most part, historically accurate language.
okay.
The one exception I know of off the top of my head is the Huns, Attila the Hun, actually, because we don't actually know what the Hunnic language was because it was a conglomeration of so many
Oh,
different peoples.
right. Yeah, that makes sense.
So they just use the Mongolian voice, which
Okay,
is probably pretty accurate, but we don't know for sure.
all right, that's cool.
Joan of Arc was obviously the inspiration for the name of Joanna Dark from a game that we played earlier, Perfect Dark.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
because we call her Joan of Arc, but of course the French call her Joan d'Arc or Joan d'Arc. So it ends up just kind of sounding like Joan Dark, which became Joanna Dark.
makes sense.
So there's
I,
that.
I guess it's their right to call her whatever they want.
In actual history, and for some reason in my memory, he was part of the Joan of Arc campaign, but is not actually. So this is just a fun fact that's not really related that I wanted to throw in here. One of her like followers was
Mhm.
named Gilles de Rais, and he was the first serial killer,
The first,
the first known
the
serial
first
killer.
on record.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
After Joan was burned at the stake, he presumably out of some guilt of her death,
Hmm.
because she was arguably one of the most famous martyrs in all of history.
Yeah.
Um, admitted to the torturing and murder of over 100 children.
Oh, not children.
He,
Until you said that part, I was like, "Oh man, has anyone ever made a movie about this?" Don't
well,
make a movie
it's funny you
about
should
that.
say that. He's actually
Have
the
they?
inspiration for the fairy tale character Bluebeard. So he's actually so fucking. This happened so long ago that he is our that it a fairy tale character based on him has already like exists. You know what I mean?
That's half of what fairy tales is just the murder and torture of children. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So he's Bluebeard,
why
baby.
why children?
Easy targets, I guess.
I
Frankly,
get
honestly, that may have been what drew him to Joan because she was only 17, and then maybe he was just so impressed by her that he saw the light, and then eventually got I fucking hope executed for killing 100 kids.
goodness gravy.
Oh, I already said this one too. Yeah, in the Conquerors, the Rome and Italy weren't factions in the game yet. So in both Attila and Barbarossa, whenever you fight the Romans, they're just random European factions. They're like the Goths and shit,
Mm-hmm.
the Teutons. The Attila campaign, when that was being made, it was actually being worked on at the same time as an Attila miniseries for
Mm.
for television, where Attila was being played by Gerard Butler,
Oh, oh.
famously Hunnick man Gerard Butler.
Well, I'm glad we brought up 300 then. It all ties together,
It
as
all
things
came
often do on this
together.
show.
It's, we work in mysterious ways. And that's all the trivia I have for you. Skylar, using our patented and absolutely unique rating system, how are you feeling about Age of Empires 2, The Conquerors?
We're gonna come away with a passing grade on this one for sure,
Okay, okay.
but that, for me personally, I'm thinking this is sitting right around a 7. I think I'm confident to say this is a good RTS.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I can definitely see why this would be. It's crazy that it still has so much like support and continuing player base 26 years later. But not crazy in a bad way. It's just like, wow, how did that happen?
Right, yeah.
Um, Now my own love for what this game is and how bullshit some of it got, it doesn't
And it
go.
does.
It doesn't creep it to 8 territory. I thought about 7.5, but I feel like a 7 is more honest from me. So I'm thinking around there.
I think that's totally fair and correct. I'm at a 7.5.
Okay, okay.
So we're like right there in the same ballpark. I think it's 7 is good, and I think this is above good but not great. I know it has a huge fan base. Trust me, I'm part of it. So like, don't leave your comment telling me that like, oh, I just don't get it. I've been playing this game for the last 26 years. Like, brother, me too. Um, but there's a lot of things about this game where it's like, I love this game. I would never expect a new person getting into it, even at the definitive edition, to be like, yeah,
Hmm.
man, this is my shit. Because at this point, there's just objectively better versions of this game, right? You could
Hmm.
literally, you can just play Age of Empires 4, which is probably a better version of this game. It has more unique units, I'm pretty sure. You can just play Age of Mythology, which I personally think is better, even though it's largely the same game. Or you can go and play Total War, or any of the newer ones that have come out where there's more uniqueness in the factions, where there's more interesting things going on. I think this is for me like the Mario 64 of RTSs, right? Where it's like this is the one that sort of like set the mark. It was like this is what this can be, and then one was like,
Hmm.
okay, but what if we added this, or what if we did this? And
Yeah.
in a lot of those instances, the adding of this was a good idea, and so it's
Hmm.
just snowballed into being better and better. And this one just
Yeah.
stayed good, and I think and I don't think that's
Yeah.
anything to be ashamed of. I love this game, but if someone came up to me in 2026 and was like, "What's an RTS should play?" This would not be the first one on my list.
No, I mean it can have its place in history and be a pillar of the genre, while still there being better versions, better options.
Right.
I think, I mean, hopefully by now, if people are keeping up with how we score games, they should know that 7 plus, anything 7 up, is a good score.
It's pretty good for us. Yeah, we give a lot of sixes.
Yeah,
I think mostly me. I think we'd have to do an aggregate on it. I think I'm slightly more negative on these games than you are, but that's maybe just my personal take on it. Anyway, guys,
maybe.
if you're a
Oh,
huge oh sorry, go on. Yeah.
there's one more thing that we do need to decide.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Obviously, Age of Empires 2 originally came out in 1999, but we're here in the year 2000. So the question becomes, which year do we place this in?
Yeah. It's a tough
Um,
question. I think we should put it in
it
1999 because I do
Yeah.
think, in keeping with the track record of previous things that we've done, we've played it
Hmm.
on the year that it's come out and then just done the expansions afterwards. Which, granted, we're not doing all the
Hmm.
expansions for this one because there's fucking 30.
Yeah, of course.
Um,
We're setting a strange precedent either way,
we are.
because we're either giving this game a bump in the 99 scoring because of something that came out a year later, which
Right.
I think we've kind of done before anyways with Diablo 2.
Sure,
because we did the
yeah.
DLC for that as
We
well.
added the DLC for that. You could
Um,
also argue, fuck, I don't know. I'd have to look at the list,
if
but I think there's other ones that we did like
yeah.
DLCs for.
Whereas if we put it in the year 2000 because we're also reviewing the DLC, then that's going to just make things messier in the future. I say we stick it in 99. I think you're
I
right.
I think that's right.
In which
Um,
case, having it at a 7.25 makes it a lot easier to put in the ranking of the very small amount of games we've done for 99,
I
because we
and we
actually have
love
a
that.
lot of 7.25 in the year 2000.
Okay.
We've got four of those.
Oh my God. Well then, yeah,
So
absolutely
just
put it at 99. Let's not worry about
this
it.
this is going in 99. We've decided that, which means that this is the second highest rated game we've done of that year, the first being Resident Evil 3.
Yeah, it wasn't gonna be Resident Evil 3. I
And
mean,
this is higher than Mario Party and Putt Putt enters the race.
that's correct.
But let's just for the halibut,
Okay,
let's compare this to the other 7.25s in the year 2000, since we're in 2000 anyways.
we're here. Why not?
Um, would you say I'm gonna start from the top and work our way down. Would you say this is better or worse than Code Veronica?
Fuck, man.
It's tough because both you and I gave it the exact same score, a 7 and a 7.5.
That's so hard. Um, it really is the same for me. They're right there. I'll put it below Code Veronica, but I'm not happy about it.
Okay. Then you're probably gonna say above, but just in case I'll ask, above or below Deus Ex?
Above. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. That also puts it above Diablo 2 and Mario Party 2.
I agree. I agree with all that. The Code Veronica one, that was rough. That was a hard one.
Well, it's a good thing it's in 99.
Yeah, we don't have to actually care about that. Here we go.
It lost to
Baby.
two Resident Evil games, though. Just put that on record.
Well, Resident Evil's really good. I don't know what to say.
It's really good. But yeah, this was a fun game.
Yeah, what a great time. I will say, because I guess I should have said this earlier, every time I boot this up and the music hits, it's like such
Hmm.
a fucking nostalgia dopamine hit for me. It's crazy.
Hmm.
Like that.
For
I
sure.
don't I don't get it as much as Age of Mythology because that was like my shit. The music for
Yeah,
that like lives rent free in my head. Even the you did the Wololo at the beginning, and that's
I
hugely
did.
popular. Everyone knows that
That's
from
just that's from the first game, though. Although
it's from
there
the
is
first
like,
game.
I think there's a command you can type in that plays the audio rip
Woo.
in this
Yeah.
one.
Um, all of the barks that the villagers do in mythology also lives in my head. The like prostagma, like all of that shit just like lives in there. Like I've just got that.
Hmm.
Um, it's my brain worm. But the
Yeah.
the music for Age of Empires 2, like every time I boot it up for the first time in a while, I'm like, yeah, baby, that's the shit. But yeah, anyway, guys, if you want to tell us how you think of Age of Empires 2, or what year you think we should have put it in, I think 99 makes the most sense. You can leave a comment about that on Spotify or YouTube. Those are the two places we are, and we would love to see you in both of those places. If you're only in one, what are you doing? Go hit subscribe on the other. Just like, you don't have to stay there. Just go and hit subscribe and then leave. Come on. I know you've got a Spotify account. It's 2026. Um, you can follow the show on Twitter at rsr_pod. You can follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky at Daniel J. McG.
You can follow me on Blue Sky at Skylar8bit, and if you want to follow along with our game ratings, we have an account on the app GG. It's like Letterbox for games, and you can see how we're ranking all these. Follow along.
Thank you very much, everybody, for watching until the end of the video. And until next time,
Play more
play more
games.
games.
The game's just starting, the world's so bright. Jump right in, everything feels